Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Diaries channel. Since the rapid spread of new rumors among fans, a seemingly simple yet deeply disturbing question has emerged. Was Taekook really brought up at a specific time to tarnish Jimin's image? This question didn't arise out of thin air. It grew out of recurring patterns, from strangely connected moments, and from how certain narratives suddenly emerged when Jimin was at the peak of his attention or receiving positive public attention. For some, this was simply coincidence. But for those who paid attention to the details, it all felt too neat, too timely, and too coincidental to question. Every time Jimin released something impactful, whether it was a music project, a performance, or simply a small moment that went viral for its sincerity, something from another corner of the fandom suddenly appeared and eclipsed his light. Many fans began to notice that every time Jimin shone, a counter-narrative about Taehyung and Jungkook suddenly emerged, seemingly designed to divert attention. This wasn't about opposing Taehyung and Jungkook's relationship as friends. They clearly shared a strong bond. But the question isn't about their closeness, but rather how that closeness is often used by certain groups to create new perceptions, shape issues, or even divide Jimin's fanbase. What's suspicious is how this Taekook narrative emerges in a highly structured manner. We're not talking about a natural interaction between two friends. We're talking about how certain video clips are cut, framed, and promoted at the right time to trigger a chain reaction from the public. When Jimin's moment is at its peak, an old Taekook clip suddenly resurfaces with a provocative title, as if there's an intention to ensure that the discussion about Jimin dies down. This all seems like a premeditated narrative game. Many armies, sensitive to this pattern, are beginning to question the motives behind it all. Why is Jimin, the only member who is often the target of negative rumors even when he hasn't done anything, the one most often overshadowed by the Taekook narrative? Why is every Jimin achievement accompanied by a rapid shift in focus elsewhere? Is this simply the fandom cycle? Or is there someone who genuinely wants to ensure Jimin doesn't stand too high? What's even more confusing is how Jimin often finds himself caught in situations he didn't create. He never asks for defense or attention. He never even directly comments on the rumors. His silence is often misinterpreted as weakness, when in fact, he's simply choosing to remain mature and maintain his and the group's dignity. But this is precisely where his supporters' fears lie. Jimin's gentle demeanor is too easily exploited by those seeking to shape a particular narrative. There are moments when Jimin appears genuinely sincere and caring toward Jungkook, as he has always been since their debut. They have a complex and deep relationship, one that isn't always easily explained in words. But the depth of that relationship is often distorted or overshadowed by Taekook's narrative. Every time Jimin and Jungkook are seen close, a counter-narrative video clip of Taehyung and Jungkook appears, heavily promoted. It's as if someone wants to ensure that Jimin and Jungkook's relationship doesn't have room to develop in the public eye. Does this mean Taekook isn't real? No, they are real friends. But suspicions arise when the relationship is exploited for a specific purpose, one that seems to divert attention from Jimin. This is where fans begin to question: who benefits from such a narrative? Who wants to ensure that Jimin never becomes the center of attention for too long? On several occasions, certain moments feel so out of place that many armies feel like someone is orchestrating the movement of public opinion. For example, when Jimin achieves a major milestone as a soloist, forced rumors suddenly emerge. When Jimin receives attention for his kindness, irrelevant ship wars suddenly erupt. And when Jimin is engaged in a sweet interaction with Jungkook, Taekook's video suddenly appears, inexplicably promoted by major accounts simultaneously. All of this feels less like an organic fandom response than like a diversionary operation. In the highly political world of K-pop, anything can be a tool, including relationships between members. This doesn't necessarily mean the members themselves are involved. Many theories suggest that agencies or other parties may be exploiting a certain popularity to maintain a balanced image, attracting attention, or even diverting too much attention from a single individual. And Jimin, with his global popularity and emotional influence on fans, is often at the center of such storms. But amidst all the noise, one thing remains clear. Jimin cannot be brought down by fabricated narratives. Jimin's strength doesn't come from rumors or framings created by others. Jimin's strength comes from himself, from his hard work, from his love for his members and fans, from the way he remains humble despite the world's adoration, and from a heart that always seems bigger than those who try to belittle him. Perhaps this is why some feel the need to divert attention when Jimin shines too brightly. He's not loud, he doesn't demand attention, but his presence always touches many hearts. And for those who want to maintain a certain narrative, the presence of someone like Jimin presents a significant challenge. But ultimately, ARMY is opening their eyes. Fans are getting smarter, becoming more discerning in patterns, and understanding when something is organic and when it's manipulated. More and more people are realizing that Taekook as a friendship isn't problematic. What's problematic is how the narrative is being used to cover for Jimin. This suspicion isn't about hating the other party, but about protecting someone who has been the target of narrative injustice for too long. For years, Jimin has been the target of unreasonable gossip. But he still stands, still smiles, still gives his best. And precisely because of that, more and more fans feel the need to speak out for him. They don't want to see Jimin's name used again as a tool to stir up rumors, fan wars, or unhealthy drama. They want to ensure Jimin gets his rightful place not just as a member of BTS, but as an individual worthy of respect and love. Ultimately, the question remains, is Taekook being used to bring Jimin down? There's no definitive answer, but what's certain is that the pattern seen over the years is too suspicious to ignore. And as long as the suspicion persists, as long as fans see the same pattern repeat itself, as long as Jimin continues to be the center of attack every time he shines, this narrative will never truly die down. But one thing no one can deny, the love and support for Jimin is always stronger than any rumor. And as long as the truth remains on his side, Jimin will continue to stand, stronger than ever. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss out on other important discussions. Leave your thoughts in the comments section. I always read them, and who knows, your comments might just open up a new perspective. See you in the next video. Stay critical, keep loving Jimin, and as always, stay safe, stay kind, and stay curious.